What was the most kind of scared moment that you've had? Because you mean everything that you're talking about is success in its own right.
Yeah.
You feel me? But people don't talk about, man, bro, today I didn't make no money. You know what I'm saying? Today I got a bunch of hell no's, no's, all that. You know what I'm saying? So for you, what was that experience for you like that? It's like,
It's funny, you probably ain't gonna believe it, but I never got that. I never had like a bad day selling. Since I was like 12 years old to like, even when I got kidnapped by the Indians and stuff, I think that probably was the only day that I didn't really get no sales because I couldn't even work. You know what I mean? I used to tell myself when I was knocking on doors, like, only how I'm gonna lose in this game if I get hit by a bus. Cause like my mentality, I was stronger than the Holy Ghost. I was reading so many books. And then I remember Bill Cosby said, you want to have something from a dummy, put it in a book. So I really started investing in myself. Like I started buying all type of books and that's all I kept doing. I kept reading, just feeding myself so much knowledge to where I became like invincible. Like when a person came, I was like already 2 steps ahead of everybody. It was crazy. I don't even really know how to explain it. But I know that like, and people laugh. They were like, "Damn, you got kidnapped by Indians?" No, I got kidnapped by like Native Americans. Like I was working in California, and there was an Indian reservation I knocked on, and they didn't like black people. You know what I'm saying? And I was like at the wrong place at the wrong time. So I would say that's the only time that I didn't get an opportunity to make sales.
how long were you in bondage?
Huh?
You said you got kidnapped.
Yeah.
How did you get out?
Like an unmarked police car happened to like save me like at the last minute.
This is a true story.
Yeah, swear to God, facts.
So they just took you. Boom.
Nah. So this is a super long story. I swear, I'm trying to sum it all up. So,
but were you going for days? Or
no, I was like, it was like attempted kidnap. So basically, like, my coworker ended up working an Indian reservation and he made like 30-some sales that day. And he beat me this one day. I had like 25, I had like a slow day, but I still made like almost like $1,000 that day. Mm-hmm. And he beat me that day. So he started talking crazy to me. So I went in the meeting and I bet it. I was like, I got $500 that I would go work the same neighborhood he worked and I'm gonna double his sales. He worked the Indian reservation. So when I go and knock on the first door, this dude came out with a gun and he was like, "Get off my porch before I blow your head off." So I walked off, you know what I mean? And as I'm walking, he started following me. So I jumped on the phone and called my coworker. I was like, "Man, you got to come pick me up. I don't know where you pick me up, but this dude followed me with a gun." Then he started laughing. He was like, "Wait, you were just selling all them wolf tickets in the meeting?" He was like, "If I come pick you up, then you disqualify from this bet because you just betted him that you was gonna work the same neighborhood." I said he couldn't have worked this neighborhood. Come to find out, the dude that worked the neighborhood, he was like half Indian. I thought he was like Spanish the whole time, but he was like black and Indian. So he was like selling his own people. So anyway, to make a long story short, so when I got off the phone with the dude, because my manager was like, "If he keep following you, when I get off the phone, just call the police." So when I hung up the phone, I guess the dude must thought I was already on the phone with the police. He ended up going back to his house. So I started walking towards his school because I seen like kids out doing recess. And I'm like, if he tries something, then I'm in front of the school. He ain't that slow, you know what I mean? So anyway, I started walking towards the school. This lady opened her door and she seen me and hurry up and close the door. I ran over to her house. So when I run over there and knock on the door, she had one of them screens off Friday. You know, Friday when Craig came out and it was like a black screen, like they can see you, but you can't see inside their house. She had, you know, Callie got them screens. So I'm banging on the door and then she come out. She was like, come to find out the lady was blind too. This is crazy story ever. Look, so she got her little stick.
So how did she see you?
I'm about to tell you. Look, I knocked on her door. She opened the door with her stick. And then I was like, "Don't shoot, just a chocolate kid." She was like, "Is you dark chocolate or light chocolate?" I'm like, "What the hell? This is a chocolate contest? I'm dark chocolate." She was like, "You African American?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." She was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing in this neighborhood?" She was like, "I'm surprised one of my nephews ain't terrorized you." She was like, "This is a bad time to be in this area." She was like, my brother just got murdered by a African American gang and you in the wrong. So I was really like in the wrong, like I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Anyway, she was like, "What are you doing?" And then I tried to sell her like, I was like, I thought you never asked. You see the spot, they call me wide over looking for dirt. She started laughing. She's like, wait, come in. She let me inside her house. That's when I found out she was blind because she had her little stick. So as I was walking in her house, she was like, do me a favor. She was like, so you selling cleaner products? I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, how many bottles you got? I was like, I got 4 bottles. She was like, can you promise me one thing? I was like, what? She was like, if I bought them 4 bottles, can you have someone pick you up right now? Because I don't want nothing to happen to you. I was like, sure. So she bought the 4 bottles from me. So I called my manager. I was like, look, where you at? It's been like 15 minutes. This lady just bought my product. I was like, you ain't got to move me. You just got to take me to a whole nother side because she just told me why they tripping over here. So then he was like, I'm outside. Come on, let's go. Soon as I leave off her porch, I see him. He like right where she at. You feel me? Soon as I get off her porch, take a step, like 5 4-wheelers just surrounded me, like cut me off. Dude jumped off the 4-wheeler with a gun. He's like, didn't I tell you to get off my property? The same dude that was following me. He's like, didn't I tell you to get out of my neighborhood? And he pulled out the gun and pointed at my head. And I was like shaking like a stripper. I was like nervous. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then he was like, my brother about to pull up in a brown Native Pride truck. If you don't get in, I'm gonna blow your head off. As soon as he said that, my manager in the van left. He took off and just left me there.
What?
So then I just started crying. I was about to walk up to the truck to get in, and then a unmarked police car just happened to come out of nowhere and like rescue me. And I was like in tears. I was tripping. And then I'm thinking the lady called the police because this happened in front of her house, but the police said that they was just on duty and happened to see it. So when the police came to me, they on 4-wheelers, they just start going through ditches, like, cause this their neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? They just scatter. So he started calling backup. I'm seeing helicopters, all type of stuff going on. So he took me in the car, took me to the police station. And this happened like at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I was there for like 8 hours. Because I had to do a police report, then they had to find them. So it took like 8 hours for them to catch them. So they finally caught him. They put me in this little black room where I had to point him out. So I had to be 6'9". Before 6'9", I had to snitch. I did a no look like, yeah, that was, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, and then like they let me go. And then when they let me go, my manager came pick me up like at 8 o'clock at night. And I went off on him. The whole Detroit came out. I went crazy. Like I was ready to fight him. I can't believe y'all left me out here for a $40 bottle of cleaner. You just sit up there and left me. I was y'all top seller. I quit. I'm about to put y'all on blast. I'm like about to tell everybody y'all scamming.
Okay, slow down. I just want to get to like, jeez Louise. And the only thing you selling is cleaning products.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you've ever sold.
Besides newspaper when I was 12 years old.
It's cleaning products. So this whole just gift for you is you can sell anything. I want you to sell, like, let's say, for instance, we never knew Kenny. I see you downstairs, right? You got a platform that you say, man, I want the world to kind of see what I'm all about. Sell me and the audience on why Kenny Brooks supposed to be on Funky Friday.
Well, number one, the reason why I should be on here because one thing I learned at an early age is that laughter is the best medicine for the heart. And I feel like the world need to laugh because there's so much going on in the world. God picked me as a person to introduce the world into pain for laughter to make up for it because, you know, a midget said life is short. And I feel like that by me, you know, uplifting everybody with my, you know, charisma and sense of humor. Because, you know, every time you make someone laugh, it adds 10 more years to their life. I wish I could have made Whitney Houston laugh. Bobby Brown would have listened to me. So I feel like that I deserve to be on here just because of the simple fact that a lot of people slept on me because they didn't really knew I existed. Because I went viral a long time ago, and like some people thinking that I just recently went viral. But yeah, I put in a lot of work, and I mean, that's the sum of it all up.